All right, everybody, welcome again. Welcome to All in All United. Nico, easy does it. Into
Yeah,
the next round, into the I think it's the quarterfinal, right?
quarterfinal, yeah.
Quarterfinal away to Norwich City. Um, the guys didn't I don't think they made it hard for us today. It was easy. It was easy pickings. Apart from the 2 minutes at the start, where we were finding we feet. But apart from that, it was an easy day, man.
Yeah, I think Derby, well, I mean, the huffed and the puffed, but they won't. I think Daisy quality of football you want to see from Manchester United now. I mean, a championship, you go home away to a championship team and show them what it is to be a Premier League team now. And it could have even been more than three, but I think the way they dispatched Derby today. I think that is to show how much we have grown um, in the last few months. I think the team now is playing more in Ollie's image. I think there's the style and the brand of football that I think Ollie has envisioned from day one. I think you're seeing players like Mata coming in. I mean, Mata looking like a totally different player. Today how we linked up the play, I think was excellent. I think, and of course, the fulcrum of Bruno Fernandes in the middle of the field, the attacking midfield. In fact, playing all over the middle of the field. I think has definitely galvanized the whole team to start to put on the kind of performances that they presently putting on.
Yeah, and I mean, what was
Mm-hmm.
good too, boy, is the fact that he could actually rotate, and you're rotating a quality group, a group of capable players. You know,
Right.
um, Martial and Greenwood, who started on Saturday, and we know they are, in all his long-term plan, he was able to rest them. And Igalo came in, and it's like he didn't miss a beat. We didn't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you would say, "Oh gosh, boy, Bruno Fernandes didn't play. We really miss Bruno Fernandes," but
Right.
I didn't miss any forwards today with
Uh,
Igalo up top.
in
So
fact,
it's showing,
across the whole
yeah,
team, even with Maguire out,
Maguire,
also
yeah.
he didn't miss Maguire because well, maybe the way was not threatening the air much, but he didn't miss Maguire today.
We didn't miss Bissaka either. We didn't miss De
Yeah, we didn't miss
Gea.
Basaka today. Yeah.
So it's really good to see that we getting some depth. And I mean, I don't want to get carried away because I mean, when we consider the opponent, but we having some
Right.
good players. Because we saw even earlier in the season when he tried to rotate and you put in the likes of Jesse Lingard and Pereira, we still struggle now, by Nico.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now you're seeing where he rotated because he has to use a squad and he using if it's one thing I had to comment Oli Nico is starting to see how he using his squad very sensibly now.
Right.
He taking off the players at the right time, he bringing on the right
Mm-hmm.
players to give them minutes. He trying to work on the confidence of Jesse Lingard and Andres Pereira. He giving Dalot minutes.
Yeah.
He took off Shaw, he took off Bruno Fernandes at the right time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good to see that. And I mean, he has to do it more because when you look at now until the end of the season, once we stay in all competitions, is every 3 or 4 days we have in games, and they don't want to risk burnout. So rotation important, you know.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I mean, you're talking about the performances. We continue to see Nico how good one matter. It's like really since Bruno come by this man, like he went somewhere and cut
Mm-hmm.
off some of the ears off them legs where we call Mata just looking like a real magician. But we talk about the connection and the wavelength these two players on, and I mean, I continuing to enjoy one Mata performances, since Bruno.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. I think. Well, I mean, there's a natural synergy between both of those players. The only thing I sure would matter is that playing the full 90 today, most likely, he definitely will be on the bench
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Sunday. You know, and it's just so especially like the Europa League games coming up. I think that would definitely be a critical partnership. I think Oli would definitely play those two together because just as anybody else, and we know and we said it before, Oli always sees or he sees the game as a fan also, and he definitely will be seeing the link up between those two. And I think maybe not really seeing them for the Premier League, but for the Europa League and the cup
Cup
games
competitions, yeah.
is definitely a bit of a mainstay, those two.
Yeah, yeah. Also, Nico Igalo coming in, you know, and I think his record now is 3 goals in 2 starts,
Right.
and that's a very, very good record for, what you call it at deadline day gamble,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
Igalo, I mean, for the kind of personality, I've heard Ollie say it so much times, the kind of personality he's looking for, because of the kind of team he's looking to build. A team with good synergy, good personalities, someone that will not come and try to be toxic within the dressing room, and we've seen where Egalo coming in, he meeting so much of the requirements, even on the field. He comes in and he's offering something totally different, but it's also effective in being different from what we are accustomed to with the likes of Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, and just as quickly as we saw Bruno settling, I think Igalo as well. He's settling very nicely, very quickly. I mean, I don't know if it's because he has the experience in the Premiership, but what is helping the team is the fact that these guys are settling very, very quickly, and they're getting off the mark, and they're building the confidence. The team is gelling very, very well. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I think Igalo has been an inspired signing. I think Oli definitely is proud of that signing. You're seeing it when he scores. You're seeing the elation. You see where a bit of a relief at times also on Oli. Knowing that as you said, the gamble has paid off now. You know, also today, if I was Igalo, I would have definitely been disappointed to play the full 90. I'd have been disappointed to play the full 90 because most likely coming off might have sent a message that you're playing
He
at the
line for
weekend now,
City.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
or maybe Saturday on the weekend. So I think if as Igalo, I'd have been disappointed. However, hopefully, I think is really as we talking gamble, is really a gamble for me that Oli should take with playing him against starting him against City with Marshall is a decision that I was hoping he would have made. If you looked at my predicted 11 for the Everton game, I predicted that Igalo should have started that game because I think the physical presence against a more or less physical Everton team away at Goodison Park would have done us well. Um, so I really hoping that he still starts at um, at City. However, his game today all around, I think the first goal again is definitely what Oli has been clamoring about. The type of what Oli has been clamoring about. That fox in the box, that player who could smell a chance, sniff a chance, and take a chance. And you saw it with both goals. The first goal again, the second goal and the second chance, clinical, little in front of goal. And I think Igalo has definitely been an inspired signing, and Oli said it. Oli said when Igalo gets his chance, he will score goals, and you're definitely seen that.
Yeah, one of the things Oli said, he said it in the pre-match. He said I mean, Igalo often even in training, he never misses the target. He always hits the target.
Right.
When they have their little scrimmage going on in training and things. So he never misses it. So it's a good sign, that when they put him in game situations, for sure his shot, his attempts are calculated, because
Yeah.
I mean, and even in the post match
Mm-hmm.
press conference, Ollie said, you know, he's been playing that position all his life, so he understands the role. He
Right.
understands
Right.
exactly what the role requires in terms of his movement, in terms of how he would position himself, using
And
his
his touch,
body, his touch,
yeah, you have an excellent
everything.
touch. You have an excellent
You
touch and
know,
movement. Yeah.
so I think that would only benefit the team. Um, his experience and his knowledge will also benefit the likes of Greenwood coming up, Martial, who
Right.
aspire to play as a number 9. So it's
Right.
important for him not only to contribute on the field but off the field in terms of imparting
Mm-hmm.
knowledge now.
Yeah,
of what he would have taken time to
to
learn
develop
and,
and yeah.
and develop over the years as playing as a prime number nine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the gamble in Igalo paying off is not only on the field, but even in terms of helping the other guys around now,
Yeah, of
developing
course,
to
of course.
that type of player that we're looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah, and
So
you're
I mean,
seeing that. Yeah, you're seeing that it possibly that his stay could even be extended at the end of the season, and so far it would be justified. I don't think that any fan that would question that at this moment,
correct.
because I mean he doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
He's scoring goals. He's not complaining. He coming on and he playing and he working hard for the team. You're seeing the effort he putting in even to get back. To be that first on the defense. So I think Oli got it spot on, and we definitely had to get Oli credit for that, and even Igalo for the effort he's putting in, and as you say, hitting that target and bagging those goals.
yeah. But you spoke earlier about the fact that he didn't take off Igalo, which would have kind of indicated his plan for Man City um, on Sunday. And I remember there was something that Ollie said. He said he has his philosophy. He knows what he wants to do, and he wouldn't change it because of circumstance. And he keeps saying, I keep listening to how he talking about Igalo
Mm-hmm.
when he getting interviewed now, and he keeps saying Igalo is a option, to give the likes of the Martials, the Rashford, Greenwood, to give them rest. He sees Igalo as an option. Now we know in football, it might start off like that, and then he could become the preferred number nine. But what I'm seeing now is he still sees Igalo as the backup rather than
Right.
the go-to person. So this is why he made the statement after the game today that he was able to give Anthony and Greenwood a rest. So
Hmm.
when you're talking like that about a number nine, it's really because you know where your priorities are in terms of what you want to do in building your squad. And what is important for Igalo is to continue to remain content, continue to fight, and see how much he could change the plan, whether it's in temporary, permanent for Ollie. So once he continues on this road that he on right now in terms of his performances and his contributions goal wise, chances are if Ollie not stubborn, we could see Igalo getting more minutes in the more meaningful games. If I could put it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. If Oli's content with saying Igalo is just an option, then personally I think he's being naive now, because he has that physical presence that we definitely lacking up top right now. And definitely Oli have to had to see him as a starter. If we really want to finish the season strong, I think we could definitely see him as a starter, especially with Rashford out. So we as you said, that's what he got to continue doing what he's doing and work himself into the plan of being a starter, because
But let me
I could
ask you,
definitely see him there.
something, right, Nico? Because
Mm-hmm.
where I see Igalo being very, very effective because of his close control, the use of his body, his movement in the box. When teams sit back and we found difficulties in the earlier games in the season to break down those kind of low block
Mm-hmm.
teams. When teams sit back, and allow us possession, I see Igalo being very, very useful and very effective. Now, when teams dominate possession and Oli prefers the counter attack, this is where I'm seeing Oli going with quicker players because I don't think you necessarily need much hold up in those kind of games. I could be
But
wrong, eh?
you, yeah, but you find out Igalo slow.
I don't find he's slow. I don't find
You
he's
are
slow.
saying
But when you consider the likes of Daniel
his
James,
slow. Mm-hmm.
Martial, Greenwood, they quick on the break. You understand? I think they have more in the tank on the break. You
If
understand? They may
well, honestly, I will put in my head Greenwood presently in terms of
in
pace.
quickness. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, in terms of pace and I mean and his ability to hold the ball, link it and move now. I think in terms of let me say if you're ranking Greenwood and Igalo at this present moment, I will give Igalo the nod because of his experience, his hold up play. We know he got Greenwood is excellent in finishing. However, I think right now, I think Igalo definitely there's a two ahead. I don't know if there are any guys out there listening who share the sentiment in terms of Greenwood and Igalo presently. Again, it will be according to the games. Some games, especially at home, you can really see Greenwood making a dent at home. But some of the tough away games, I could definitely see Igalo being more of a threat.
Well, I guess it's how you see it because remember Igalo being labeled the traditional number 9, somebody who you'd want in the box when you're camping around the box, as opposed to Ollie's what we see Ollie tactics is against teams that possess the ball better than us or don't allow us possession. Where we sit back and we break real quick. So whether he sees Igalo as that kind of player to be chasing behind the ball, especially when they consider his fitness, whether he up to scratch, whether he up to get that kind of intensity for 90 minutes or not. I think this is what playing on his mind because you're seeing Igalo as the traditional number 9 in the box, and you keep calling him a box player, as opposed to those who will wait off the last defender and burst for the counter-attacking style that he seems to prefer. So this is where I might be able to see where Ollie coming from and why he may prefer the Daniel James, the Greenwood, the Martial, the Rashford, as opposed to Igalo when playing teams who possess the ball better and also or don't give us possession.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we on to the next
Right.
round,
Playing Norwich in the Norwich
yeah,
away.
Norwich away. We're going with Mourinho on them, but anyway, that's our next discussion. That is Tottenham worries. Um, we have City on
Right.
Sunday, Nico. All right. This is a big derby. We hosting them. I don't think. Well, we won away twice. One in
Yes.
the league and one in the Carabao Cup. I think that was the semi-finals or something, right?
Yeah.
We lost the last time we played them home in the first leg of the Carabao Cup. So we
Right.
hosting City again, Nico. How do you feel going into this game? Especially after this
Mm.
game against Derby, we know you like from Maguire got rest, De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Daniel James, Martial, Greenwood, all these guys got a rest. Even Bruno Fernandes didn't play the full 90. Matic got a rest. So he was able to rotate his squad and give key players a rest going into this Manchester derby.
As you saying a rest for Maguire, but there's also here is an ankle injury, and he's hoping to be back as ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot is dependent on that. I think we know that Lindelof and Maguire did well today. I mean, Lindelof and Bailly
Bye.
did well today, but again, the opposition. I think against City, with both of them, I would definitely have a question mark over both of them at centre back against City. However, if Maguire comes back, I think we need that leadership quality from behind, especially who's players who's strong in the air. So I think that will definitely be a factor. I think, of course, Marshall always coming back into the team. He always provides that X factor on his day. We know more than less of recent. He has been coming up with the goods. We hope that he continues to do that. Continue because we know for sure that City is going to try to lock down Bruno Fernandes. You're going to see players like Fernandinho try to put him in his pocket. So Bruno had to try to break that shackle while other players around him
How to
has to
step
step
up.
up.
Yeah.
Has to step up. So it will be a difficult battle, as of course, Man City one of the top teams in the league. It will be a very difficult battle. Yes, I believe we could do it. I think our results against the big teams and them, it have no reason why we shouldn't back ourselves to do the double over City.
Mm-hmm.
I think again that would hold us in terms of confidence. That would hold us in good stead for the rest
Yeah,
of the season because we are
yeah.
Tottenham after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I personally think we could do it. That's on the day, you know. I mean, the guys step up. We get Maguire back. They here make amends. For the error last week. I think he'll come out firing also. And with the players on form, I think we could do double over City this season.
Well, let me ask you something, right? Because we know how a lot of the top teams only went with a real pragmatic approach. Even with the latter games where he went with three at the back, three or five, how you want to call it.
Right.
But then when you consider now the midfield options that we have,
Mm-hmm.
Matic doing real good, McTominay coming back, and you see he coming back to some form of sharpness. I mean, he
Right.
was not his best today, but it'll take him some time to get back into
Mm-hmm.
that kind of sharpness.
Yeah.
Then we know Fred form all season, and then Bruno. What you think is the best option in terms of setting up,
Mm-hmm.
because we know how very, very nippy and tricky City could be in possession,
Yeah.
especially with the ball on the floor. Um, you think playing a back two, you think they should play a back two and go for it, or go for the back three? When I say,
Um,
I'm talking about central
yeah.
defenders.
Yeah. I think he'll go back with a back three. I think Shaw. I think he might even play back Shaw in that back three with Maguire and Lindelof. Um, I could definitely see that. You know, the four in the back. Well, I mean, the two centre backs has done us well. But that's where the extra protection in the midfield, especially because of the quality that City possess in the midfield. I think you try to push that extra body in the midfield to break up some of City's play to get us on the front foot a bit faster.
Yeah, and especially when you consider how slow Maguire and Lindelof is.
Mm,
Shaw has done well. I think it's playing in that position as the left centre back.
mm.
That is where you saw Shaw's confidence coming back in now. I
And the
think he's
competition
done,
and the
yeah,
competition from
and the
from 19-year-old
competition from
Williams too.
from from Williams, yeah. But I mean, is but what I mean is when you saw him play as the left centre back in the back three and doing well, is where you
Right.
saw his confidence, coming back now. He started to take on players. He started to move forward a little more with the ball. He was actually making forward passes rather than only going backward and playing the safe passes. So I thought in that position, Shaw has really thrived. And,
Yes.
he's done well in terms of covering for the lacking pace of Lindelof and Maguire. And then, getting and helping cover Brandon Williams in the defensive aspect when Brandon Williams, go forward to create the width and the press in midfield. So I do agree with you. I think
Mm-hmm.
knowing the kind of opponent in terms of how they play the ball, their pass and their movement, and then their press as well, because City just
Right.
press real decent. It'll be good to have the extra body there, and with Shaw being confident, I think it'll be a wise way to set up. The only thing that we had to work out now is who you going to play midfield. You going to play Matic and Fred, or
Right.
Matic and McTominay, or Matic and
Right.
McTominay and Fred. You know, that's the only thing that Oli has to work out. But I
Yeah.
think I agree with you on the back five.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that is basically it today, no, Nico.
Yeah.
I
That is
mean
it.
the
Yeah.
the 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 win today was a good result. I don't think we would have expected any less,
Mm-hmm.
considering the form of the team. We haven't lost a
Right.
game in the last nine now,
Right.
with 8 clean sheets, I think. Romero doing a great job again today. Nico, how
Yeah.
good was
Against
Rooney, boy?
Rooney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rooney
Yeah.
was well good today, man. I
Go.
find he was decent,
Go.
boy.
Yeah. The free kick. I think as I said, Romero did very well with the free kick. That he saved in the latter stages of the game. I think Romero did very well to deny Rooney. Yeah.
But in general, I thought Rooney, he had a real good game today in terms of trying to dictate the plays for Derby. He moved the ball around nicely, made some real nice diagonal passes. It was good. It was a good outing for him.
Right.
but it was a losing outing, and I mean we wouldn't have it any other way, you
Yeah,
know. But
I find Koku was wicked, man, to play the man whole game. Oh good. After
well,
3-0, look at get him an arrest now. Oh good. I surely that game coming up weekend. You
well,
know?
I mean, Rooney again, I think his role is a what player manager. So very very soon Rooney
Yeah.
won't be playing as much, you know. So he'll take it as he could get it, you know.
Yeah.
So guys, thanks again for joining in. Nick, I don't know if you have any closing
No,
remarks.
that is it. Again, City. Sunday. We're looking forward to that. We'll see you then. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, thanks for joining in. Do continue to share, like, and even subscribe to the YouTube channel, All In, All United. So thanks for the support, guys, and we will see you, as Nico said, on Sunday to review the Manchester Derby. Have a good night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Man.